Marvin.
Stop.
And welcome to episode
Shut
11
up!
of the...
You fucking
of the-
always want to do this. In a previous
Podcast.
life, you was definitely some fucking shitty radio presenter. And welcome to EBG's Power Hour, where we'll be discussing
shitty radio
autism-friendly recipes, autism-friendly shopping, and autism-not-friendly people.
Are you saying I was a really shit radio presenter turned marketer with a shit haircut and a gammy eye? I wonder who you're talking about.
That's a very obscure reference that someone might get, but doubtful.
And if they do, here's the face of concern.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's listening.
You might learn something. I remember once him saying, he stand up there on stage saying he fixed his gammy eye with the power of thought. He's like, I'll fix my eye, I'll fix my eye. No, you fucking haven't.
Well, there's definitely enough clues there now for people to figure out.
So. You'd hope so.
Uh,
Anyway, just before we started recording, and I tried to give my polite, neurotypical, friendly hi, welcome to episode 11 of the OTT Collective podcast. I got it in there. I slid it in without you noticing. Mr. fucking SAS. That's what my girlfriend used to call me. I thought she was referring to my muscularity and tough nature, but it really meant I was in and out without her noticing.
Really? I thought it meant short and shitty.
Short and shitty. I'll go to Hereford to say. Anyway, we were talking just before we started recording, this is to you listeners and watchers, about shitty big business, and I was about to relate a true story, and it was well worth saving. Connor's been struggling with broadband providers who won't give him an installation date or even a window until he books an order, but he's not going to book an order until he's got some kind of fucking window, because they might say, oh yeah, 2025, you know, something stupid like that. But here's the thing, as you may remember if you listen to this regularly, I've had some shenanigans with Aircom, the fucking telecoms provider here, who've been charging me for broadband since 2015. They admitted this on a fucking call, which is, but we're only going to give you a year's money worth, a year's refund, because our terms and conditions say 6 months, but we'll give you a year because we're feeling generous. My point was, well, by giving me a year instead of the 6 months, you've broken your own terms and conditions, which tells me you might know morally you have no defensible position. So you give me a full refund, otherwise I'll go straight to the regulator, which I'm going to do on Thursday because that's the 10 days since I put my formal complaint in. Anyway, they got back to me today after I poked them and says you got until Thursday because then it's going to the regulator because you're just not fucking bothering to respond. And they're saying things like, oh, when did you cancel it? I says, I can't remember. It's 6 years ago. But your agent admitted on the phone call you record that you've been charging me since 2015. Oh, who was it then? Oh, I don't know, it's your fucking agent, not mine. Did you get her first name? No, didn't ask, don't care. You know, you have this all recorded. You tell me you record every fucking call and it's all in my fucking user history. Why the fuck are you asking me? You know, well, I didn't swear, I wanted to, but they're fucking incompetent. Big business is fucking full of shitty dickhead cunt wanks. That's a technical term.
But it's hilarious that they've asked you. Do you know the name of the lady you spoke to? Like your neighbours.
The irony is, these are a telecommunications firm. Fucking fucking Kate. I tell you, if you're in Ireland, do not touch Aircom, or I think it's just now Air, with a stolen fucking dick, because they're useless. In my experience, they're nothing but fucking dickheads.
I hope you win your fight against them and you get your 5-year refund.
Well, they're giving me a year. We're talking about €800, which ain't the end of the world, because it's the way I look at it, it's marketing budget. If they don't pay it all back, it's €800 that I've invested in a fucking great story, and I will go to the press with it. I'm not going to threaten with it because that could be blackmail. But you know, I will go to the press with it. I will get notoriety. I will get fucking response. I'll go to the regulator. It's not about the money. It's about the fun, really.
You sounded like a true Karen.
They're just fucking shit. Oh, they are shit. Well, I'm not really a Karen. I'm not really a Karen.
Go to the press.
Because Karens feel entitled. I don't feel entitled at all. I've just said I don't give a shit about the money, really.
No, I know, but
it's just the frustration of dealing with fucking dickhead and
I know,
dickheads.
But that phrase, yeah, I will go to the press, is such a Karen phrase. My son's girlfriend's ex-boyfriend's nephew's new husband, who's gay, by the way. I know someone who's gay. He has a direct line into the Sun newspaper, which I buy daily.
What's the male equivalent of a Karen?
Oh, I don't know.
Must be one.
Ben?
No. I don't know what it would be.
I'm trying to think of people I know who complain a lot, and what are their names?
Okay, no, it's a long list. Anyway,
I'm from a middle class area, so they've all got strange names. Tarquin.
I mean, that's big businesses who fucking they treat customers like shit. I mean, they've already lost my phone line rental, and every call I would have paid for going forward. You know, they've lost. It's cost at least $4,000 over the next few years. So they've lost that. They'll end up giving me a full refund, I'm pretty sure, because they've got no morally defensible position. It's cost them a fortune. Plus, they've lost all my goodwill. and they've made a run for their own back because, you know, it's the kind of story that the press will love. Big business riding roughshod of some poor little autistic man who lives in a field.
I just imagine them going up to one of their staff and just, sorry, Phil, we can't pay you this month because usually we give you John's goodwill.
He ain't got it anymore. But yeah,
the thing people are missing. I just want to clear this up for the listener. The difference between John saying he'll go to the press and someone else saying they'll go to the press is John is a very, very fucking good writer and he's an excellent marketer. So if John wants to get into the press with this story, he will be able to. I know that for a fact. So please don't think John is a little bitch, because he isn't, because he will get it into the press and he will use it as an opportunity to promote his unapologetically autistic blog. And we probably have a few autistic listeners. So if you are autistic, go check that out. So yeah, these aren't empty threats. John's very calculated and has probably got this planned 100 times over in his head.
Connor's just hit the right word right on the head. This is calculated. Now, this isn't being angry or upset or rage or feeling entitled. This is me seeing an opportunity, and this is a classically stoic thing actually, to reframe something as, you know, most people piss and moan about losing €800. I see it as an investment of €800. It's a great publicity for me in the business, and I will probably get the money back anyway because I'm entitled to it. I mean, on the other, that's big businesses shitting all over people. On the other end of the scale, I suppose we have small business owners who allow their customers to shit all over them.
Yeah.
You know, it's why business. And that's actually the title of today's podcast. I mean, why business owners become doormats and how? Because they do. And I see it all the time. I mean, we all learn it, and we've all heard this phrase, I'm sure, the customer is always right. Well, no, the customer's often fucking stupid, uninformed, obstinate, and fucking just plain stupid and wrong. You know, often the customer comes to you because they want an expert. And for them to suddenly say, yeah, I've got an opinion, you know, I love all the marketing you're doing, but I think we should write the emails a different way, have a different fucking color of avocado on the top of the dustbin we've got as the logo and all that kind of stuff. It's madness. Yeah, when customers, people who are experts should have the courage, the confidence, and the integrity we spoke about yesterday to say to their customers and their clients, no, we do it my way or we don't do it at all. I don't even, when I was copywriting, and even now, if people, as they rarely do now, come to me as asking for copywriting and marketing advice, one-on-one consulting, they'll say things like, oh, could you send us a portfolio or some samples? No, I can't. One, I'm not just going to give away my IP to you like that and say you can fuck off and copy it. And two, what are you going to do with it? You're not in a position to judge it. If you could do this stuff yourself, if you were qualified to judge my work, you'd be doing it yourself. You're not, so fuck off. What you tend to find is copywriters in particular, I use copywriters as an example because that's where I came from. Copywriters and other freelancers, they will bend over backwards to implement the customer's or the client's vision That's fucking bollocks. You're supposed to do a proper job and get them results. Now, if you're doing something artistic or building them a house that they have a vision of what it should look like, great. But you don't sacrifice quality, and you don't sacrifice building regulations, for instance, because the customer wants it to have a fucking pagoda on top. You know, you say if you can't do it, you're not allowed to do that. You can't do it. You know, you don't have an opinion. I know you're the customer, but even say you're fucking stupid, uninformed and ill-informed.
Yeah, you don't change the way you lay the bricks.
No, not unless it doesn't matter.
You know, yes, but you wouldn't start stacking them all on top of each other without staggering them.
No, just because it looks better. The customer wants something that's frankly fucking stupid. No, you don't. But unfortunately, most business owners won't do that. They're too afraid of losing business. That's how they become doormats. And of course, the biggest one they fall down on is always price. I mean, again, I'm using copyright as an example, but I know subcontractors go through this as well. So customer comes to them, they'll say what they want, and they'll kind of agree the scope of the work in a website, 5 pages. Then it'll be, oh, while you're there, could you just do? Could we just change? Could we just add? And of course, at this point, they're so far down the fucking rabbit hole, they start thinking, well, if I don't do this, they're not going to pay me. And sometimes clients will say that. We had a guy in our group, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, he was told they asked him to do extra work, kind of hinting they weren't going to pay the bill until they came back and did it.
Yeah.
Well, that should never happen. You should be paid up front. I mean, and I know subbies say, well, we can't get paid up front. They won't do it. Well, that may be true. You can always take a deposit. And if they won't pay you up front, they should pay their money. They're going to pay you into an escrow account. So they can't just keep it and refuse to pay. Because no ethical business or ethical client will refuse to do that. There's no reason for them to. If they won't pay it into an escrow account, you know what escrow is, I presume.
Yes, of course.
Yeah? Well, you might not, and not everyone does. But I mean, if they won't pay it into an escrow account, you've got to ask yourself why not. And I can't think of any legitimate reason other than they're going to screw you out of it in some way, or they want to, or they don't have the money. In which case, why are you doing the work? Because they can't afford to pay you. You're not a fucking bank.
Mm. Right? And that's when you end up working for a business that's robbing Peter to pay Paul and all of that jazz.
Yeah. It's and we all face it. You know, if we weren't careful, we'd face it, especially when we were doing the agency work.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about that.
Well, the experience was it. It's fucking hell. Thing is, if you remember, I mean, this is a good example though. We won't name names of clients, but if you remember, we never did a stroke until we were paid up front.
No, of course, never. And we charged a sizable fee up front.
I think the last one we did was a 10K for just a bunch of ads and some emails and stuff and landing pages, wasn't it?
Yeah, 10K.
But we took 5K up front, and then we took the remaining 5K on delivery.
Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And that was just it. It was a fait accompli. That's what we said was going to happen. But there's no way for anyone. It just beggars belief that people will not do this. I mean, you don't move into a house until the fucking everything completes, and you get that call from me. You may have not done it, but your dad will know this from his property things. You don't move into a house, or you don't move out of a house or hand the keys over until you get that fucking phone call saying, "Yeah, we've completed." It's all gone through telegraphically. The funds have been transferred. Bingo, you now own this fucking house. Well, you banked us anyway, you know. But it beggars belief. You don't drive off in the car until you've been paid, or until you've paid. Big pardon. So why would it be any different than anything else? And you know, if people won't pay up front, all 100%, then you take a deposit, or use use escrow. And if they won't do it, go and find some fucker who will. This is about making rules for your business.
Yeah, and ultimately you have to remember you are the one that is in full control of your business. But more specifically, there's 3 things that you say you need no permission or approval for in your own business.
Oh yeah, 3 things. The first is it's your rules in your business. You don't have to do business with anyone you don't want to do business with, and you don't have to do business in a way you don't want to do business in. So we just said about people say, I'm not going to pay you anything up front. You're just going to do the work, and then if it's okay, I might pay you. You don't have, you can walk away and say no. That's not how it works. And that is always a choice. And if you're in an industry where no one none of your clients would ever do that, then change the business you're in. Work with someone who will. If you're a subcontractor to main contractors, just switch and go into domestic work. That's your choice. I mean, it's always a fucking choice. You have the choice to say, okay, I'm quitting the business, I'm going to go get a job at McDonald's. You do not have to do business at all. You just don't. Always a choice. So it's your rules, your life, your fucking business. You decide how you do it. Second thing is your prices. You don't need approval or permission to charge anything you like. There may be some examples. I know in some countries, I think it's accountants in South Africa, are prevented from charging so much. I believe it's true. There are hairdressers in some parts of the States, and it may be California, but I could be wrong. Certain hairdressers are not allowed to charge more, but they're just edge cases. They're fucking outliers. For the most part, no matter what you do, your fees are not determined by anyone else but yourself. And if they are, you have the choice, just like I said before, to change the business you're in. So when people say you can't charge this or you can't charge that, they're wrong. And when people say so-and-so won't pay that, customers won't pay this, you're almost certainly wrong. And the litmus test is this. People say we can't charge more. I'll say, well, are you the highest price seller in your market? Does any of your competitors anywhere in your market charge more than you do? And everyone except one person has got to say yes, because there's always one person who's the highest price seller. Chances are I'm not speaking to them, because the people who are doing that are probably people who don't need my help. So they say, well, no, so-and-so charges more than us. We're in the top 20%. We're not right at the top. Well, that proves beyond any reasonable doubt, it cannot be refuted, that people will pay more because people are, your competitors are charging more than you are, and they're getting it. So there's a gap between what you're charging and what they're charging that you're saying can't be bridged. But you can fucking see it's being bridged, you moron, because they're doing it. It's a logical contradiction, and the universe does not allow contradictions. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is you are quite within your rights to decline to help others and to decline to take on their problems. Classic example, we'll use examples from, say, your social life, but it's just as applicable in business. Someone will maybe ring up and say, oh shit, it's really bad. So-and-so can't get to school tomorrow because the car's broke down. All of a sudden, what they're saying is it's your problem to take them for me. That's called the Shell Rose Charvet. She's into this NLP type shit. She calls that the banana skin. Someone's throwing you a banana skin, wanting you to trip up on it. I've just taken all this work to do the flower arranging at the church. It's too much. I need help. All of a sudden, that's your problem. That's your banana skin. The answer to it is to throw the banana skin back by saying something like, yeah, that sounds like it really sucks. That's going to be hard work. I just wish you well in managing it. Bye-bye. Bing, put the phone down. You do not have to take responsibility for the people's problems. And this is, we've spoken about this. When the pandemic hit, and all of a sudden everyone's fucking saying, all right, I'm doing a £97 offer.
I'm still not over that, by the way. I'm still not
over it. It happened.
I'm not. Let's all offer our services for £97. It started off as 100, and some internet marketing cunt has gone, hee, 97.
But for today only.
Yeah, mate, for fuck's sake. What would we offer for 97 quid?
Blowjob
on the phone?
Blowjob?
So you're giving out blowjobs for 97 quid?
No. They paid 97 to give me a blowjob.
Oh, okay, that makes far more sense.
Get it right, mate.
Fucking an hour on the phone with you is what, like fucking, I don't know, I can't remember, 2 grand?
1,500 quid.
1,500 quid.
Euro. So 100 quid gets you a 15th of that, which is what, 4 minutes? But yeah, I mean, when people say to you things like, I'd really want, and I've actually had this said to me, I really want to work with you, but I just don't have the budget. And the unspoken question there, and some will actually speak the question, but generally the unspoken question is, can we do something about the price? Is there something we can do? My answer was always, yeah, you can go away and save up your pennies. You know? But people feel this obligation to say, yeah, that's really bad. Well, let's knock a few quid off. I'll do it for that. I know I really shouldn't, but let's give you a break. No, absolutely fucking not. If you can't pay the price, you don't get the goods. And you're perfectly entitled to do that. And people who try to guilt trip you into giving them a break on their price, giving them more for less, well, they're the fucking ones in the wrong, not you. You own this shit. You own your time. You own your own determination, your own autonomy. you do not have to give it to anyone just because they can't afford your prices. But of course, social pressure is very strong. Peer pressure is very strong. Places like LinkedIn are a fucking hotbed of all kinds of fucking nastiness to try and make people conform into being nice and decent. So they're the three things. Your rules, your life, it's your prices, and it's your determination of what you do and how you do it. You know, you do not have to help others. Throw the banana skin back. Oh, I'm in a real bad situation. I really like some help now, but I can't afford to pay you. That must really suck. Well, good luck with finding a way to solve that for yourself. Come back when you got the money. Fuck off.
There was a story of a hairdresser. One of her favorite clients was an elderly lady, and she was going through a divorce, and she knew this lady was a stay-at-home mum or whatever, and she felt awful for her because she was saying she was throwing the banana skins out essentially, and this hairdresser jumped on it and said, right, let's reduce the cost of your haircuts for you. Instantly just started throwing discount after discount, free service after free service, and divorces take time, obviously. And eventually, I think 3 or 4 months passes, and the old lady's struggling to walk now, and she's like, right, let me help you to your car. So she helps her out to the car, and it's a brand new Porsche or something, and all of a sudden the hairdresser's like, what the fuck is going on here? So she says, what happened to the car? She went, oh, it's great, I've got this car, I've got another car, I've got a Rolls Royce, I got half of everything in the divorce, I won. Turns out she got fucking millions from this divorce case. All of these fancy cars, got the house worth a few bob, and she'd been getting discount haircuts and whatnot for the last 3 months, because this was an old lady who liked her hair seen, I don't know, bi-weekly or whatever. And then she's signed off, and I'm still giving her discounts because I'm too afraid to put my prices back up.
I remember going back to Wild Inner Circle now, I had some bloke join, and I kicked him out within a couple of months because he starts this entitlement thing, and he was saying how much he'd got no money, and I should have helped him more. I should help him more because he had staff to think of. Yeah, staff to pay. And then he tried to cut a deal, and he said, I've got a townhouse in somewhere like Mallorca or Tenerife or something. I'll let you go and stay there for free if you do this work for me for free. And I said, I've got a much better idea. You're pleading poverty. Sell your fucking second home abroad to pay your fucking staff and pay my fee, and then maybe we can talk. Bang. What a complete toss-up. Seriously. People will fall for this shit all the time. And this is why we have rules. We said it before. We have rules so we don't have to think too much. And I know we might pass up on some opportunities, but that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. Because generally speaking, I'd stick to the rules and I don't have to think about it anymore. I can focus my energy on not trying to convince myself that something's going to work out okay when I know fucking well it probably won't. Every time we've broken our rules, we get bitten on the arse. I know it's tempting. Yeah. And this doesn't mean to say, by the way, you can't do charitable deeds. My answer to people sometimes, if I ever do help anyone and they'll talk about paying me, my answer is always, if you were paying me, you couldn't afford it. I either do it. I would either do it for free or I charge my full rate. There's no in between.
Yeah, it almost feels dirty getting paid anything other than your full rate, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I've cheapened myself.
Yeah, why would you do it?
And ultimately, I'm doing this good deed for me. Yes, it's benefiting you,
absolutely.
but I'm doing it for me. The minute you pay me, you're taking away that satisfaction.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you were paying me, you couldn't afford it. So
I also like to ask when people throw those banana skins. That sounds awful. Is there anything I can do about this? And usually people are far too timid to go, yes, you can do this, this, and this. And if they do, and if they do have the bollocks to say, yeah, you can do this, this, and this, I say, well, great, that would be $5,000, please.
Reminds me when people say, it's a classic, paraphrasing, but it's effectively the same thing. They'll say, I really love your stuff on LinkedIn, you know, private message. Really love what you're doing, what you're saying. Agree with everything you say. I'd love to pick your brain. Is that okay? I always say, yeah, sure. Here you go. You can book a call. I'll send them to a link to book a call. And of course, there's a fucking payment page, isn't it? For 1,500 quid for an hour's consultation. Sometimes people get mad about that. Hey, you're expecting something for nothing. And I'm the bad guy here.
What do they say?
Oh, they'll say, oh, typical fucking marketer, always looking for the money. That kind of thing.
Typical fucking marketer.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. I mean, you're probably looking at once or twice a year, but it does happen regularly. And it's certainly no surprise. Kind of pick your brain.
Surprise when they pay it, though.
No one ever has. I mean, obviously I do consulting calls from time to time, but I've never done one on that basis. Anyone who's ever come to me and said, can I pick your brain? And I say, yeah, it's 1,500 quid for an hour's call. They've always, every single time they've fucked off.
We should have a page, Off the Tools Collected / pick my brain, and it has the price: 1 hour consultation, 1,500. Pick my brain tax, an extra 500. Your total today, $2,000.
It just beggars belief. But the thing is, people will then, when you do this kind of thing, I've never had this said to me. It's never actually happened, and I wouldn't care if it did. But I've had people say, with that attitude, you're going to look great when I tell all my business associates about you, what a wanker you are. Why would I give a shit about that? I mean, I don't care about people's opinions at all anyway. But
they're irrelevant, aren't they?
Yeah. But to think I give a shit about the opinion of someone who's got that kind of attitude, it beggars belief. It's just, why would I care about you and your entitled attitude and all your fucking scummy friends? None of them can afford me or would pay even if you could. Why would I give a shit? As you say, people's opinions are utterly irrelevant. And it amazes me, I think, Tim, when you say to people, or anywhere really, I suppose, I don't really care what you think, mate. And they'll say, well, you must do because you say you don't. Oh, it's fucking opposites day, is it? So, okay, if I ask you if you're a paedophile and you say you're not, that means you must be because you said you're not. Is that right? Is that how it works? Do you beat your wife, stick your fingers at your daughter's fanny? Do you do that? No, you don't. Well, you must do because you said you don't. It's fucking ridiculous. But I mean, never mind all that. 3 reasons people's opinions are fucking irrelevant. The first is you don't control them. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, you can do a good turn for someone and they can throw it back at you. They can be very grateful. You control them, right? You do the good turn. You don't control their reaction. And I bet everyone listening to this has had the experience of doing a good turn for someone, and it's, you know, and it's been thrown back at them. As Oscar Wilde said, no good deed goes unpunished. You know, we've all had that experience. Second thing is that their opinions are all subjective. I don't think that's right. Well, this person over here thinks it does. Thinks it is. You know, which one do I listen to? Well, you might as well make sure at least one person's fucking happy and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because you can't please everyone. You never will. You know, you can, even if you kowtow to everyone and you're the nicest person on earth and you get sort pushed around, there are people out there like us who won't like you for that because you're a weed. You can't win. You cannot win. You cannot please everyone. Really, I don't imagine why you would want to, but some people seem to want to. Well, make sure someone's happy and please yourself. So that they're fucking, you don't control them, and they're subjective. And the last thing is they're uninformed for the most part. People, someone was asking today on LinkedIn about, do you ever disable comments on your where have you gone to? Oh, there you are.
I'm back.
Someone was asking, do you ever disable comments on your LinkedIn posts? And sometimes I will. And they'll say, why is this? You know, are you afraid to discuss things with people? No, I just can't be fucking bothered. And there are some things I will post where there's nothing anyone can possibly say, such as posts about autism. I'm not in the slightest bit interested in any neurotypical's opinion on what it's like living with autism. They're not qualified to have an opinion. Even a clinical expert has no real valid opinion on what it's like living with autism. It's always secondhand. He can only speak of what he or she observes in others. Only an autistic person knows what it's like to be autistic. That's a fact. So any opinion anyone's got is uninformed and usually bigoted. And it's fucking frustrating. So I will often, you know, just disable comments on things like that. Other people's fucking opinions they'll fucking drag you down and beat you with experience in their stupidity. They really will.
And if there's any onlookers, you look as just as much of an idiot as the person you're arguing with.
Yes, was it Mark Twain who said that? Never argue with a fool, or never fight with a fool, because onlookers might find it difficult to tell the difference.
Yeah. And then, yeah, they'll beat you with experience or something like that.
Or the way I put it is never wrestle with a pig, because you both end up covered in shit and the pig enjoys it.
Yeah, I think that's a fair summary. I think people will get the picture from that. And also with LinkedIn, with disabling comments, we're not there for a discussion. The only discussion I want to have is, well, the only thing I want to be told is where can I pay? And even then I go, hold on, buddy. Let me check if I can even help.
Yeah, that's a really excellent point. I mean, I'm not on LinkedIn to educate or inform, only to the extent I want to educate people and inform them of why they might need to fix their business and what I can do about it. It's no discussion about, can I help them? Is my approach the right one? Well, is this true? Yes, it fucking is. I know what I'm doing. It's like, we do know what we're fucking talking about. And I only want people who agree with me. I mean, that's absolutely true. I'm not interested in other people's views on LinkedIn. I'm interested in people who agree with me and want to do business with me. And if people have a problem with that, I'm not interested in discussing it with them at all. It's so meta. I just don't give a shit about anything like that.
It's so meta. We're not there for arguments. We're not there to change people's minds. We want intelligent people that may be unsure or sure of how, crap their business is. And the one thing they do know is that they want to fix it and they want our help to do so. We're not there to change people's opinions of us, of our work, of our material. So yeah, I'm never going to get in that discussion. It doesn't make sense to.
We're also not there to take our approach and negotiate with a client and maybe do it slightly softer or differently to suit them. If they want something like that, fine. There's 1,000,001 people out there. I'll even point them to them. But if they want to work with us, they do it our way or they don't do it at all. Well, that's it. So why is there to discuss, you fucking morons? Now where have you gone?
Battery. So, for example, one thing we're putting together at the moment, which I'm really excited for, is our EBGs 90 and 90.
Oh yeah,
and we're not going to allow people to fucking say, I'm interested in the 90 and 90, but I only want to do 82 out of the 90. Is that okay? Oh. We're not going to go, yes, and we'll give you a fucking 10% discount or whatever it is. Yeah, it's not happening. You either do the fucking 90 or you fuck off.
Yeah, it does. It frustrates. Well, it doesn't, because we don't engage with them, but it used to frustrate the hell out of me when people would say,
it's infuriating.
I want to do 80% of it. And then, because here's the thing, they don't get the results they want, and then it's your fault. And it is your fault because you've not been firm with them.
Yeah, it always is. And we always take personal responsibility whenever, that's why we take it so seriously, because whenever we see a client's business declining, we see that as a failure on our behalf. I was thinking today, we're a small company, handful of contractors, bar ourselves, one full-time member of staff. And I was thinking that the business feels much bigger. And I was sitting there thinking why? And I was like, well, it's because it is a lot bigger. There's 30 people that I feel responsible for that are almost like staff members in the way I have to give direction, the way we have to plan for them, their futures, yada, yada, yada. And those 30 odd people are our clients.
Well, here's the thing. It's quite a subtle distinction here. People will probably, they might not have noticed, but now when I mention it, they'll realize this is true. I always talk about clients. And when I talk about clients, and this kind of permeates all the work we do, we use the original meaning of the word, which means someone under your special protection. They're not just a source of money. That, I said this before, that would be transactional. Give me money, I'll give you something in return. They are clients. We don't take responsibility for them, but we do feel responsible for their results in to the extent they're under our protection. We will be not just reactive, but we will be proactive and head off problems at the pass when we see them. This is why we have the weekly intel and the monthly intel, the monthly insights and whatever they are.
Weekly intel, monthly insights.
We make sure these guys are doing what they're supposed to do, because it's a partnership in a lot of ways. I mean, they have to do as they're fucking told. It's almost like a parent-child relationship, isn't it?
Well, you see it as a parent-child because you are a father. I see it.
I'm a fucking grandfather, mate.
Sorry, grandfather. I see it as an employee staff because I'm not having kids, not anytime soon. Anyway, I've tried to explain this. You know, why do you use certain words? Why is it client? Why is it not customer? Why is it not this? Why is it not that? Explain why it's client. Oh, so you think you're special, do you? Because they're under your special protection. I'm like, yes, I am special. Yes, I'm an elitist bastard, and here's why it's okay to be an elitist bastard.
Well, yeah, because most people are not. Most people are very timid, run-of-the-mill, weak. They are not people of what we would. Again, this is like pornography. Character. Character is like pornography. It's easy to see it when you know it when you see it, but how do you describe it? We are people of character. We display leadership. We display character. And it's okay to be elitist because most people fucking don't. And I think it's perfectly okay to look down your nose at people who have no character. They have no backbone, they have no strength of will, and they are just weak and needy and desperate and indolent. You know, it's okay. And I'm going to start. It's okay to be an elitist bastard and say, I'm not going to work with people who won't pay my fees. I'm not going to work with people who whine, piss, moan, and run around in the soggy biscuit circle jerk of misery and despair. I will not tolerate that kind of behavior. I am an elitist bastard. I went first. You lot should follow if you want to. If you don't, fine. But you will pay the price. You know, it is okay to be elitist.
People misconstrue what elitist means as well. They often, their mind goes to class and it goes to money and it goes this. And when I say class, I mean the class system.
It's
nothing to do with that. It is nothing. That we value people on their character, as you just said, their morals. You know, do they have any integrity? And if they don't, I see myself as better than them, because if I didn't, what would that mean I view myself as?
Yeah, I mean, I come from a working class background. I'm working class myself.
As do I. Fucking slay.
Yeah, and it's to think that. I mean, I know there is a class system, but I like you. I view people on their worth, not on where they came from.
Yeah,
and I know people who have lived very, very privileged lives, much more so than we. And I know we have compared to most people in the world, but I know people who they are in the top 1%, and they're just shits. And I will tell them they're shits. And I'm not in the slightest bit impressed by them, or subservient to them. They're not worth my time. We are better than they are, and there are no doubt people who are lower class than us, if you like to use the class system, who are better than we are, more upstanding.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Undoubtedly.
Without a doubt. People's views on money is very weird. They use it for everything, don't they? They use it as a social status. If they've got money, they must be a great person. They got money, it's the person I want to talk to. It's ridiculous. And how much people value money and are so scared of losing money. And and on the contrary, some people are so scared of earning money because they feel like it will corrupt them and make them dirty. The money won't corrupt you. The lack of integrity and morals will corrupt you.
Here's the thing: I refuse to argue about money. It's beneath me. I mean, like with aircon, I'm not arguing about the money. It's not about the money. It's as much an experience and the fun of it. You know, the money's gone anyway. It's been spent. But I refuse to worry for a moment about money, or argue about it, or fall out about it. But I also know people. I mean, just over here in Ireland, over the summer, we had I mean, this is. If you've not read about this or heard about me talk about it before, you probably might even disbelieve it. But we had a farmer and his son shoot the other son, murdered him with rifles, and then go out into the farm by the house and kill themselves in an argument over a parcel of land their mother left, or his wife, the bloke's wife, and then the boy's son, mother, left to the other son, the son who was killed. So the woman inherited land from her father, gave it to her eldest son, or put it in her will because she was seriously ill. And the other brother and her husband killed him and then killed themselves, all over money. And before they killed themselves, they met the woman as they went through the farmyard. And the husband said, we're going to leave you alive, so you'll suffer for the rest of your life, knowing what you made us do. All over money. I mean, how fucked up is that? It's money. It's just money. You put someone put such store by an external quantity of something they clearly didn't control because they didn't have it. It was given to someone else, and it upset them to the point they killed their son and brother and then killed themselves. I mean, how fucked up is that? Seriously, how fucked up is that? Steve Jobs. People say about Steve Jobs, and they often quote him. What they don't like to admit or realise or say is Steve Jobs was a fucking idiot. He forewent treatment for a cancer that was eminently curable in response to treatment because he had some fucking belief. Well, that is not an intelligent man. That is a stupid person.
That is, I couldn't believe it when I read that. I was like, wow, the illusions of the man that I had in my head has well and truly been shattered. I can't even begin to comprehend.
Why would you do that?
What was happening there?
So yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's sad if anyone dies, I suppose, even though we all die. But you see these people with loads of money. So there was Steve Jobs, Terry Pratchett early on Alzheimer's, Douglas Adams probably before your time, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He died well before his time. All these people with lots of money. Death is the great leveler.
Yeah.
It gets us all in the end, no matter how fucking rich we are. Warren Buffett will go. Jeff Bezos will go, whatever his fucking name is. Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Elon Musk will go.
We'll all go at some point, and we don't take it with us. I mean, my dad, the meanest man on earth, he once said, if I can't take it with me, I'm not going. He was wrong. He went.
Death is the great equalizer. That's why Memento Mori is so powerful.
Yeah.
Remember, you will die. And people are like, well, how can you think that every day? Why are you constantly thinking of death? I'm not constantly thinking of death. I'm constantly reminding myself that I'm gonna die, so everything should just be laughed at anyway. Me going fucking blind, partially blind in one eye. Not once was I sad about that. It was like, fucking hell, one of my best friends fucking fucked my eye up. I'm gonna take the piss out of him till the day he dies for that one.
Earl Nightingale uses a quote in The Essence of Success. I can't remember, and I don't think he mentions the original source. But the quote is, in a life where death is inevitable, why worry about anything at all? And it's true. I mean, I guess most of us have felt bad about things, whether it's we've gone outside without the right socks on, and not got matching socks. We've made faux pas in public and things. We've done stupid things. Maybe posted things on the internet we regretted. But ultimately, if you put it in perspective, if you'd just done something like that and all of a sudden in the next moment you've got a terminal diagnosis of cancer, you wouldn't give a shit about any of it.
Yeah, it is.
But the fact is, we've all got a terminal diagnosis.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single one of us is living under a death sentence. Even every baby that's born today is living under a death sentence.
Oh, you're born to die.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, death is a part of life.
Is that James Bond, Born to Die? I'm not
a
big Bond fan.
Born to Kill, that was. No.
Hey Siri, is there a James Bond film called Born to Die?
Here's Born to Die.
What's going on?
I don't fucking know. Your Siri, not mine.
My Siri. Is it a song? Why is it the song started playing? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, I really don't give a fuck about James Bond. Never been a fan of it.
The books are very good.
Yeah, I'd never got into the films, ever. Oh, Born to Die. Oh, that's why it's so in my head. It's a Lana Del Rey album. She's a good musician.
So good, I've never heard of her.
She's very good. She's very good. Very good.
Mm.
You might even like it. You never know.
I'm into techno at the minute, as you know.
Yes, I know. Every time I get on these calls, and I just do a little dance along to it until you realise I'm there, and then you smirk, and then you pause the music, and I go, "That was good," and you tell me exactly who it was, exactly where to find it. You tell me today it was some fat Brazilian cunt, and I said I know how he feels, and you went, yeah, you've got chubby over lockdown. And I was honest as ever, John.
I haven't. I've kept my fucking amazing figure.
You have. You've also got a very funny TikTok about you, which anytime I'm feeling down, I just watch that and I just look at those little chicken legs.
Fuck off! I haven't got fucking chicken legs. I never had chicken fucking out.
Oh God, coming out of the bottom of your shorts.
What it
is this meant to be a comedy video?
I do not have chicken legs, but what it is true is the shorts are really quite baggy, so it looks like it.
You know,
I think in that video I'm squatting 150 kilograms, which ain't bad for my weight and height.
John, I'm sure it isn't, but that is far less funny. Yeah, yes, it's impressive. You lift weights. No one fucking gives a fuck about that. Yeah, what is funny is, you know, there's centaurs with human tops and horse bottoms. You are I don't know, chicken human. Humanican. That's what I'll call you. Human top, chicken on the bottom. Just missing the web toes. Then again, you might have them.
You're a brave cunt across the internet 500 miles away, aren't you?
Oh yeah, very. I've got my vaccine.
You wait till we fucking meet in a hotel again, which actually sounds quite wrong, doesn't it? I'm really going to give it to you hard then, mate. Went with the first time.
You're right, ribbing. Do you mean rimming?
They wouldn't be the first time I thought we were a pair of queers, would it?
Yeah, honestly, we go anywhere together, and people think father-son. No, he's far taller. Maybe it's a degenerative disease. Oh no, but no, they don't look alike. Oh, but now they're talking. Oh, they can speak fairly well. Maybe they're gay. Oh, they have money. They're definitely gay. Disposable income, no children.
That must be a sugar daddy. Hello.
Yeah. We go to these nice hotels. Can we check in, please? Oh, not together.
Yeah, not together.
Because then they're the judgmental, aren't they? Yes, of course you can, sir. Are you checking in together? No.
No, fuck off.
Yes, but technically no.
They're not in the same room. Not until we've had a few drinks anyway.
Yeah, next time we go to a hotel, if we go back to that specific hotel, yeah, I'm having that fucking room with the balcony. I'm having the nicer room next time. No, fuck off, John.
No, that's my room.
No, you can fuck off.
That's my room. The only in the hotel with balcony they're going to me because they recognise my seniority and worth.
No, they just thought, oh, he's taller. He could fall over the edge. This guy, that would be like climbing Trump's non-existent wall.
You've got loads more years ahead of you than I have. At least let me have something. A fucking balcony doesn't hurt, does it?
It does. And Holly's technically under my responsibility, and she's responsible for our bookings now.
So, yeah. Well, I'm her dad, so she'll make damn sure I get the best room.
Yeah, but if she wants to, you know, stay in her lovely house where she lives, I was almost going to give away where she lives there. That's not a good thing to do. If she wants to stay in her house, I'm the one that signs the checks. So what does she value more, her job or her father?
I'm her dad.
But the thing is, Holly's always up for a good joke. So if I'll tell her, oh, we'll trick him, we'll tell him he's getting the nice room, and then we'll take it away, and I'll film his meltdown for you.
I tell you what, you are vastly overestimating your sway with Holly. I'm her favourite person in the entire world. She absolutely adores me. She would know more.
That's why it's funnier. That's why it's funnier.
I'm telling you now, she wouldn't do it.
I tell you what, Holly's going to be listening to this. Holly listens to all of this. In fact, I'm going to make a note of it on the fucking
Holly
I sent to her.
Oh, Holly, you know which side your bread's buttered, Holly.
In fact, Holly, here's what I want you to do. When you listen to this, I want you to record a little voice note as to who would you book the nicer hotel room for and why. Don't tell us. Just send it to Marvin and ask Marvin to tack it on at the beginning or the end, or if we might even say, right, we want to hear the results here. And at that moment, we'll play it ourselves.
Fact, right now, Marvin, put it as a subtitle or insert it right now. I'll put starting. No, I'll put upside down start. Put Holly's response in there. Anyway,
right here, right now.
Here, right now.
Good shout. Anyway, we need to start wrapping this up, and you have a very important 1 minute hate.
Oh God, yeah, it's kind of tied in with being an elitist bastard, kind of, and not being a doormat. Count me in because this is
also very sensible.
Oh, it is sensible. Yeah, absolutely. And very
I
common.
don't know why. I don't know why I said that with such surprise. And it is sensible.
And it's common as well. It's a fucking cliche.
All right.
We're ready.
I tell you what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start researching different TV and.
If you just fucking get on with it, I've got things to do.
Start
Not like you.
them. Are you ready, kids? Because I keep just defaulting back to SpongeBob.
Connor.
I can't hear you.
Connor, get on with it.
Oh, who does a 1 minute hate on a podcast? John, go.
No, I'm not doing it now. Right.
It's your time.
Tradesman. I see it all the fucking time on LinkedIn, okay? They'll put up a picture of a badly wired plug, a ceiling that's falling down. Fucking bricks that are laid like some drunken idiot's been walking over them when the fucking mortar's been wet. And they will quite rightly say, why do people insist on doing these things themselves? Why don't they do it properly? Why do we have bodge jobs? Why do we let enthusiastic DIYers fuck these things up? Why don't you pay a tradesman, a skilled tradesman, a time-served apprentice tradesman to do these things for you? Absolutely fucking right. And in the next fucking breath, what do? I'm going to do my own marketing. I've got this really good idea. What do you people think of this? You're doing the same fucking thing. You criticize others for playing in your little sandpit. And as soon as you want to do something that's beyond your capabilities that you might have to fucking pay for, what do? You try and do it yourselves. It's a specialist job. You've got no more business trying to do your own marketing, your own fucking positioning, your own selling, putting these frameworks together. You've no more business doing that than I have in digging fucking foundations, putting up walls and putting roofs on.
Stop.
You've not.
Stop.
You just haven't. No.
I completely agree with you. And it's funny when I see that they're judging someone else's work. And at the end of the post, that they'll have their personal mobile number and they'll say, call for the cheapest quote guaranteed. And it's like, you fucking hypocrite. You fucking hypocrite. You hypocritical little cunt. You fucking can't see the wood from the trees. You fucking idiot.
Anyway,
here's my personal no, shut up. This is my 1 minute hate following on from yours. Your personal phone number. You can call me anytime. Why are you doing that? And then we'll beat any quote guaranteed, you nonce. Anyway, now you can wrap it up. I need to get that out.
Yes, right. But he's right. I mean, anyway, if you want to attract the best kind of clients, sell to them at high prices and have it all happen in the background, hands off, and autopilot. So nice pipeline. So you make more money, less work, less hassle for your headaches. Then go to ottcollective.co.uk and join us in the Off the Tools Collective Facebook group. It's free, a shitload of resources in there, and lots more coming soon. In the meantime, stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands. Do not try to do things which are beyond your fucking ken, and don't shit on your fingers. See you later.